Morning. Okay, I have to now focus and look at myself in the camera. Ugh. I try. It's quite weird actually when you watch Survivor for the first time and first thing in the morning. It's kind of weird how you then think in your head, how it must be for them, waking up really early in the morning and having to switch your mind into game mode. Just for the simple reason that you have to always be prepared to play Survivor at no matter what time of the day, even if you're in the shelter all night and you've slept 12 hours, as opposed to a person who's been sleeping for 1 hour and running around the island for idols. But episode 2, let's talk about this. Okay. I want just one quick shout out still to the Australian Survivor editors and producers of the show, because I still miss the music and the tension and the way they set up Tribal Council and Blindsides. I think the American version, I don't know it's not going to change, but I think I'm too used to it now that I can, just based on a simple camera shot or a simple way they've done there previously on Survivor, just the way they set everything up, I kind of knew that was going to happen at the end of the episode. But let's talk about Vokai, because last week, first episode, I talked a lot about Lyro and their gameplay and how their dynamic was working because they were the ones with the Tribal Council. But today, because it, spoiler, Vokai went, it's quite interesting. And I know people have been talking a lot about, hopefully they're not going to play too much into Island of the Idols and they're going to focus more on the camps. And I think they did more this episode. They did less stuff with Rob and Sandra and they did more stuff for the different tribes. So Lyro seems to be doing very well right now. Lyro, they've now won some spices, they've won their immunity, they seem to be having a good dynamic as well as just fitting back into a role. Aaron needs to check his ego, but it all depends on how much he brings to listen. And usually 3 days away from the Tribal Council and 3 days away from paranoia and intense gameplay can help subside your level of intensity and paranoia. So let's talk about Island of the Idols quickly. And I was very, very impressed with Kelly's play. Very impressed. It wasn't like as intensely nervy to watch, because last week Elizabeth's Island of the Idols and the fire making was so like, oh my god, la la la, but I think it just goes to attest to her character. Whereas I think Kelly being a bit more of a different type of player, and Robin Sanders picked up on that straight away, about listening and getting used to it. I mean, you could tell she was obviously trying not to brain, and that was quite interesting because it was a second, when she mentioned Cochrane, she was thinking about the nerd, so she was relating to the person that she would want to see the most, because I think Cochrane, this must be like an idol of hers. But Rob and Sandra were there, and it was good because they offered her an advantage with the idol and tribal councils, and it is, I was right, it is for the next 2 tribal councils, not just 2 tribals. It is only available for the next 2. So if I was Elizabeth and I might have not known that, I would have probably questioned it and double checked that it was actually right for the rules. But she did stall, and she was like, "I'm not paying attention. I don't know what half the questions are." And 4 out of 5 was quite daunting, depending on what the type of questions are. And the name of the episode is called YOLO Let's Play, and that is the only reason why I'm kind of glad that tagline came from her, because I think the way she played it out was very, very good. I would have gotten the first 2 questions right, but because I always know Sandra's husband, and I knew how many kids Sandra had, my daughter said she had, but even probably the speech in which they were talking as it was being edited, I probably didn't think straight away of the name of the dogs, because immediately with my mind picked up the dog Bad Eye, but not about the other dogs. So I knew there was 4, but I just didn't know the rest. Anyway, so that was that. But I think she won 3 idols. She won the idol for 3 plays. So the first idol was being flushed. Well, therefore she can't play it now. But the next 2, she still has it to good use, which is good. But Kelly's played it smart. And hiding the idol in your hair, amazing. Really, like, it pretty smart thinking, clever idea. The emotions that came over her when she won it, she kept it going through with it to back to the camp. So Kelly, very good, almost Pia-like from an actress point of view. Switching on the emotions, switching on the crying, and switching on if there's laughter at some point. Very good. Anyway, right, immunity challenge. So, and also Lyra are now going to get another person back to Island of the Idols, but they don't know yet how they're going to set it up, because I think Sandra and Rob are going to sneak into camp next week. and see what happens. Anyway, so Sandra and Rob now done for the day. Listening to Tribal Council, and we'll go back to that in a second. Immunity challenge. A very interesting one to win or lose very quickly, and it is a deal breaker in terms of whichever tribe loses, and it was a very close call. I'm glad that Volkai lost, and I'm glad the chance the Tribal Council was able to test their alliances and test their ability at camp. Both Jason and Nora have had their bits and bobs behind the scenes, but it's fine. Like, I think Jason and Nora still won't last very long. They probably still will go out pre-merge if there's a tribe swap, but we'll see what happens later on in the game. I just don't see them as key players yet. I'm very interested by Lauren and Kelly, and I think Janet will do well because Janet and Tommy are quite close as well, and I think Tommy's play was very good as well. So, Tribal Council. Volkai got a Tribal Council, and let's talk about... Going back to my beginning statement about how Australian Survivor and American Survivor work in terms of their editing. Let's just say Nora's speech. Nora's speech, it was quick. She's talked very fast like me, and she discussed a lot of stuff about what she's done in her life. Not quite Ronnie from last week, but very much similar to that. And then also Jason's comment about... He did the same thing that Kelly did, and he was kind of mimicking what Kelly was doing in trying to prove that he didn't have an idol, but little did he know. But it was the second Jeff asked Jamal what gear is this tribe in. And Jamal said first gear. And then he didn't have his bag. Jason called him out. And even Rob was like, oh, he's playing hard. Or something like that. The second... After that comment, the camera went to Rob. I knew that was being set up for the blindside. I knew it. Like, it was just not... They wouldn't have also let Nora... If Nora was going to go home, I think they would have done that little thing where they speed up the speech even faster, and then time period, pause, time period, pause, time period, pause, and then they would carry on going. And that's just basically me watching Survivor for so many years that I kind of knew that's how the editors think. And therefore I knew that this blindside of Molly was going to happen. Tommy's plan, going into Tribal Council, I didn't know. And sometimes there's a little hint based on how they set up Tribal. Because last week, I knew Ronnie was going in terms of it just didn't have enough time to build up what they're talking about. And the Girls Alliance was too strong. But this blindside of Molly was set, it was done, and I think Jamal needed to be blindsided in order to gain a little bit of humility, and Jack as well, being 23, being quite young. So, that's the review for episode 2. I'm going to wake up, grab some coffee, look for an idol, even though there isn't one. I've just got a mess in my bedroom. See you guys next week for another review. episode, just I don't know.